This boy suddenly realizes the older brother he grew up with is an impostor. Even the disability in his leg looks faked. Determined to find out the truth, that night, after the brother goes to bed, he pretends to be asleep, head down on the desk. Slowly, the brother comes up behind him. He picks up a mechanical pencil from the desk and presses it toward his eye, jabbing repeatedly. It's close to piercing his eye, but the brother shows no sign of stopping. His eyes seem full of hatred, until finally the pencil lead snaps. Seeing the younger brother show no reaction, he finally leaves the room, satisfied. Only then does the younger brother open his eyes. He gets up and follows. The brother walks out into the street. He glances around to make sure no one's watching. Then, to his shock, he breaks into a normal stride, perfectly able-bodied. There's nothing wrong with his legs at all. The younger brother jumps into a taxi and tails him. He follows the brother into a narrow alley. Two small-time thugs see the brother and instantly call him boss. When the younger brother studies their faces, he's utterly stunned. They are the two policemen who visited his home days before. Just a few days earlier, he watched his brother being taken away from their doorstep by a group of men. He'd tried his hardest to chase the car, but failed. All he managed was to memorize the license plate. Yet on the 19th day, the brother returns on his own. Perhaps he was broken by what happened. He has no memory of that period at all. But his behavior becomes increasingly strange. He frequently sneaks out of the house at night. Sometimes the disabled left leg even switches to the right leg. Who is this brother, really? Or maybe, this isn't his brother at all. Then, suddenly, he blacked out. The next morning, he wakes up at his own desk again. His brother is sleeping soundly in bed. He hides in the bathroom, trying to piece together what happened the night before. When he confronts him, the brother insists it must have been a dream. But he's certain it wasn't a dream. The man before him is not his brother. He grabs an iron pipe and quietly steps out. Suddenly, the brother tackles him. He asks, stunned, "What have you done to my brother?" Only then does the younger brother remember. He hadn't been taking any medication after all. And after the brother leaves, he finds the pencil lead he saw on the desk is still there. It wasn't a dream. He immediately tells his mother everything he's seen. His mother listens, visibly anxious. That evening, he gets up to get a drink and overhears his mother on the phone by accident. The younger brother is shocked. Could his mother be involved too? Then, he accidentally makes a small hole in the wall. His mother seems to suspect something. He quickly hides outside the door so she doesn't catch him. But the person on the other end of the phone seems to send his mother upstairs to check. Panicked, he scrambles back up to the second floor through the pipes. Just before his mother enters the room, he gets back into his bed. His mother lifts the cover, seeing his face wet with rain, and offers a strange smile. Hearing the door close, he breathes a sigh of relief and sits up. Then he realizes his mother never left. She's standing at his bedside watching him. The open window and the rain on his face have already betrayed him. His mother gives a weird smile and turns to leave. She steps out and dials his father immediately. At that moment, the younger brother feels something's very wrong. He slips out through the back window and runs. He doesn't know what's happening, but he must get away. Just as he escapes the house, he runs into his returning father. Clearly, this father is fake as well. At the same time, his mother and a stranger appear behind him. Without a moment to think, he shoves past the father and runs. On his mother's command, the stranger gives chase. They race through several neighborhoods. In the end, the man catches him. At a crucial moment, the pursuer is struck down by a passing motorcycle. The younger brother seizes the chance to run again. He finally meets a patrolling police car at an intersection. Seeing no hope of catching him, the man gives up and leaves. This time he's safe. He goes back to the station with the officers. He tells the police everything. But when he says he is 21 years old, the officers are incredulous. His story makes them burst into laughter. He looks up, and the calendar reads, plainly, May 2017. He's utterly stunned. He touches the calendar as if seeking proof. He looks at other people's unfamiliar tablet devices and the television news content. Everything feels alien. It's all so unfamiliar. He turns to the mirror. In the glass stares a man in his 40s, middle-aged. He touches his face, unable to believe his own eyes. Why did he always think he was living 20 years in the past? What are these people he called family? Carrying every question, he returns to the home he'd just fled. Maybe only those so-called family members can tell him the truth. But when he steps in, he hears music upstairs. He walks up to the second floor. The room that had been locked this whole time is open. He pushes the door and enters. A mannequin lies on the floor. The room is a mess. Blood is everywhere. There's a handkerchief or rag placed beside the mannequin. On the other side of the room lies another mannequin. The floor there is also covered in blood. As he puzzles through it, the brother suddenly walks in. Behind him, their parents follow. The brother finally reveals the secret about him. 20 years ago, in this very room, a mother and daughter were brutally murdered. Although the case drew police and public attention, they never caught the killer. Eventually, the case aged out of the statute of limitations, and everyone forgot. Only this family's son never gave up. When he grew up, he began to investigate on his own. After 4 years of searching, he finally found the killer. But despite relentless pressure, the suspect refused to confess. He never remembered killing anyone. After repeated attempts, they conclude the suspect has amnesia. Experts speculate that during that period, the suspect experienced something so painful that his subconscious chose to erase those memories. To restore those memories, the only way is to bring him back to the time before the crime, back to 1997. So they start giving him psychiatric medication and subject him to hypnosis. The son poses as his brother. A hypnotist and a professional actor play his parents. They successfully bring the younger brother's consciousness back 20 years. The whole family moves into the house where the murder happened. They recreate the crime scene completely. Finally, they wait for a night exactly like the one when the crime occurred. But then an accident happens. The brother is summoned to the police because of gunshots outside the door. That's what the younger brother saw as the brother being kidnapped. To avoid suspicion, the brother has his men impersonate police officers to investigate the house, buying time. Through maneuvering, he's finally released on the 19th day. Next, they must wait for a rainy night to continue the plan. During that period, the younger brother grows suspicious of them. First it's the brother, then the mother. Everyone starts making mistakes, until the whole thing collapses. Now the brother decides to abandon the plan and kill him outright to avenge the family. But the younger brother still can't believe he's capable of murder. He thinks it's all the brother's conspiracy. Finding an opportunity, he opens the car door and jumps out. The brother immediately turns and chases after him. During the pursuit, the brother loses his mind and recklessly drives. It causes a crash. He's trapped in the car, watching the younger brother leave. Dazed, the younger brother stumbles out and is struck by a passing truck. He's rushed to the hospital. Maybe because of the impact, memories from 20 years ago begin to flash into his mind. He remembers the family road trip from back then. They suddenly had an accident. His parents died in the crash. The brother fell into a deep coma in the hospital. The attending physician told him immediate surgery was necessary. But if delayed, he might never wake up. By then, the early treatments had already drained the family's savings. So the younger brother tried everything to raise money. Nothing worked. Clinging to a last hope, he posted a plea for help online. He said if anyone would help, he'd do anything, even sell his soul, he said. Unexpectedly, he quickly received a reply. I want you to kill someone for me. If you agree, send me your home phone number. You must answer before noon. If you miss noon, you'll lose the chance forever. He's stunned. He never imagined he'd ever become a murderer. He sits at the computer all morning, weighing it. In the end, he grit his teeth and sent his phone number. A call comes almost immediately. They give him an address. On a pitch-black rainy night, he goes to that address. Following the employer's instructions, he finds the key to the house inside the pipes. The employer warned him repeatedly, there are 3 people in the house, a mother and 2 children. Only take out the mother. Absolutely do not harm the child. When he opens the bedroom door and sees the mother and child sleeping peacefully in bed, he finds he simply can't go through with it. He decides to leave. But as he's about to go, the woman comes out of the room, mistaking him for her husband. When he turns around, the woman sees the weapon in his hand. She screams in terror. He panics. He apologizes, saying it was a moment of madness, and that he will leave immediately. But then, the daughter upstairs hears the noise and comes down. Seeing the scene, she screams. Now he's even more frantic. He yells for the girl to be quiet, but she runs toward the stairs as she cries out. In his panic, he chases after her. The woman tries to stop him and is shoved aside. She tumbles down the stairs and loses consciousness. He runs up to the room on the 2nd floor. Father is awful, he shouts. What a terrible father. The girl slowly goes still. Only then does he realize he may have killed someone. He rushes over to check, but the girl has already stopped breathing. He's terrified and starts crying on the spot. At that moment, the woman who had woken up manages to chase upstairs. Seeing her dead daughter, she is stricken beyond belief. Her scream startles the attacker again. He spins around and charges at the woman. In the end, the woman also dies by his knife. He drops the dagger and flees the room in a panic. Downstairs, a boy calls out to him. It's the homeowner's son. He can't find his mother. He tricks the boy back into bed, telling him, "Mom will be back soon." But as he turns to leave, he notices a family portrait on the wall. The man in the photo is the brother's attending physician. Everything clicks into place. Shortly after, the physician receives a call from his son. He tells his father, "Mom and sister are lying on the floor, covered in blood." They say the daughter is dead too. The doctor panics, and as he turns, the younger brother has already found him. It turns out this was all the doctor's plan. Economic troubles left him deeply in debt. In desperation, he decided to kill his wife to collect insurance money. But unexpectedly, the daughter was killed as well. In the aftermath, he blamed the daughter's death on the younger brother. He resolved to stop treating his brother. Two near-mad men immediately grapple and fight. In the chaos, the doctor accidentally falls. Though the younger brother pulls with all his strength, he can't save him. Everyone dies. This unbearable pain torments him every waking moment, until he loses all his memory. The brother comes to his hospital room. The plan has failed. He decides to end his younger brother's life. But just as he's about to strike, the younger brother suddenly begins to apologize, saying he's sorry for the dead mother and daughter. The brother realizes his brother's memory has returned. He immediately presses him for answers. "Why did you kill our family? Were you ordered to do it? Was it at the instigation of that woman's husband?" Not long before, he'd investigated and found, 1 month before the incident, their already impoverished father had bought an insurance policy on the mother. Now he most wants to know, did their father order it? The younger brother looks at him. If he tells the truth, it will bring him nothing but pain. The younger brother's guilt can never be fully undone. He doesn't want to cause his brother more suffering, so he denies the suspicion, but the brother sees through him from the look in his eyes. He already understands the truth. A few minutes later, the brother jumps from the rooftop. The younger brother injects poison into his own body.